Hi guys, this is basically me 101. Let's get down to business. So, basically, my name is Miquel Craig Lambert. I am from Bermuda. I was born there, and my family is basically Christian. So I grew up in a Christian home. My dad's a pastor, and I have one brother, Daniel Lambert, and yeah, so basically my life story is this. Basically, I grew up in Bermuda. My dad took over a church in Jamaica, so I basically went there with them. And then I went to back to Bermuda. Then I went back to Jamaica and then back to Bermuda. Then I went to London, and here I am. But in between that time, I was struggling with pornography. And when that started it started in Jamaica, and I saw one of my friends, they had a phone, and it was basically him and his girlfriend going, and that basically opened up a door of addiction for me, and it never stopped, it never ended. Obviously for me, I was so addicted to it that it got to a point where it was like a daily thing. And my mindset of women started to change and warp and stuff, and I used to see them as just objects and stuff. Obviously when I got to London, obviously my life started to change, my hormones started to change as well. I was about 14 at the time when it started, and yeah, basically I got kicked out of church, and that just made me sort of feel like, what am I going to do with my life? Obviously I believed in God, I believed, all that sort of stuff, but at that sort of time in my life, I felt like, my brother caught me, not in the act, but he just told my parents, and they basically sort of, told the pastor of the church, and he basically said I had to go. But yeah, in that time, I felt like I couldn't really make a change because I was so engrossed in this sort of thing. So I had to sort of, as an addict, but that's basically what I was. I sort of couldn't get a hold on this thing. You know how they have drugs, smoking weed, you just can't live without it. That's how I felt like I couldn't live without pornography. And it got to a point where if I was to probably start a relationship with someone or anyone, my fantasies of pornography will come back into the whole situation, and it really sort of messed my brain because I could only think about that sort of in my brain. I couldn't think about anything else, and basically it wouldn't really change for about 6 months. I was like that for a long period of time, and yeah, I couldn't really see any change until I really accepted the fact that I was an addict, and I felt like I couldn't change. But I hit rock bottom, and I felt like, what, I need to do something dramatically to change if I want to change my life completely. And what happened was I basically gave my life to Christ, and I just I couldn't really see any change. But then when I gave my life to Christ, obviously accepting him into my life, I felt like, I released this thing to him, and from then on I started to change. I started to feel like I didn't need to watch it. I wasn't feeling the urge to go and check it. Yes, certain times I did slip up, and I did sort of, fall back into it, but the element of wanting to move forward, I did. And after that I met my wife, probably when I moved to Reading, and bearing in mind my addiction in my past and stuff, obviously the way I looked at women, people used to, obviously they thought obviously I'm a friendly person and I'm very happy, Joe Golly, and I do have this sort of thing where people would think of me as a flirt, and that's probably my doing as well, because I'm too much very friendly, you know, trying to get this stigma away from me. I was considered a flirt across the whole of my church to a certain level, and you know, I couldn't really get this sort of thing away from me because people used to think, oh yeah, he likes this girl, he likes this girl, he likes this girl, he likes this girl, and unfortunately that was the thing I was portraying. Yes, I am a caring person. Yes, I am friendly. Yes, I am, to a certain element, I was flirtatious. But I didn't realize that at the time. I was too naive. But yes, now I do realize I am very caring and happy Joe Golly and whatnot. But the element of flirting needed to stop, because it will lead people on to a certain extent. And at this time I met my wife, and things started to change in my life. Obviously she helped change different areas, and I helped change different areas in her life. And really and truly the rest is history, you know. All I can say is, if you're an addict or anything is really like change in your life that you feel like you can't break free of, all I can say is that I made a change in my life, and it was a change for the better. Really and truly, that's it, boys. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Hopefully that's an insight. I think I've basically talked for a long period of time. But yeah, that's me 101, boys. Deuces.